How strong will this guy Zoro be come end of the story? Some people say he will be as strong as some of the admirals like Fujitora and Kizaru. To these people, I say read the story. Some say he will be on the Yonko tier but not be able to beat any of them. To these people, I say you're underestimating him quite a bit. Some say he'll be stronger than all the Yonko, on par with legends like Whitebeard and Roger. To these people, I say you're talking my language. And some jump off the deep end saying Zoro can solo the entire verse with one flying dragon blaze, or emperors, Imu, Chuck Kong and the Gorosei, maybe the whole earth while you're at it. In this video, I will go through all the points regarding Zoro to gauge a true estimate on Zoro's end of story strength. Also, I want to clarify by strength, I mean fighting strength, meaning a 1v1 fight with any other combatant, not a powerlifting contest. Now with that out of the way, to get a true sense of what Zoro aspires to be in terms of strength, we gotta go to chapter 5, where Zoro declares his dream. Not only is it to become the world's greatest swordsman, but also to become the greatest swordsman that has ever lived. It is still not clear whether Roger is considered a swordsman, but it is clear Shanks, Rayleigh, and Mihawk are all great swordsmen that Zoro would surpass when achieving his dream. But what will it mean to become the greatest swordsman? Not only will Zoro have to defeat Mihawk, who has been unscathed throughout the story, has a black blade, Mihawk's jewels were considered legendary by Whitebeard, is a warlord without a crew, only one black blade in 400 years, and so on. Go watch my video on Mihawk for all the reasons I think is the strongest, but he will also have to surpass all the legends that came before him. Zoro may potentially have 3 black blades. To achieve a black blade is a mega feat, not just a feat. A lot of the top tiers couldn't do it. Shanks, Rayleigh, Roger, Zebek, Whitebeard, and even more. Obviously, we don't know all about swordsmanship and how to achieve a black blade. Maybe these top tiers could have achieved a black blade, but did not care about their blade the way Mihawk or Ryuma did. But the fact still stands. Having a black blade is an insane feat. People think Conqueror's Haki is rare? No, a black blade is rare. If I had to guess the way to forge one, it would involve Armament Haki, Conqueror's Haki, and a deep connection to the blade. Speaking of Conqueror's Haki, let's talk about all the types of Haki and the level Zoro will get it to. Observation will likely be the weakest of Zoro's Hakis. Well, it does make sense considering... But we have to remember, by the end of the story he will be able to beat Mihawk, who is potentially the best observation Haki in the series, by his appearance, epithet, and attacks he has used. Zoro may rapidly increase this type of Haki in their battle, similar to Luffy vs Katakuri. The next type of Haki is Armament Haki. Right now, as of chapter 1034, Armament Haki seems a bit redundant, as Conqueror's coding seems to be taking over as the top tier battle Haki. But we know this isn't the case. When Mihawk mentioned to Zoro that any blade can become a black blade, he was specifically mentioning Armament as a key to unlocking this. Also, Rayleigh didn't straight away tell Luffy that you can code your attacks in Conquerors, even though he most definitely knew this was the case, with Roger and Oden on his crew frequently fighting with the likes of Zebek, Kaido, Big Mom, and possibly him having it himself. I believe this means behind every person that uses Conqueror's coding, there is a strong Armament Haki foundation which is necessary to unlock Conqueror's Haki. And the better your armament is, the stronger your Conqueror's coding. It wouldn't make sense to essentially skip a step to Conqueror's coding, where characters like Katakuri, Dofi, Rayleigh, Oden, Mihawk, Akainu all exhibited Armament Haki, which also have Conqueror's Haki. Also, Oda stated Zoro is the best suited to Armament Haki, and to me this means he has a strong foundation for Conqueror's coding, giving him great destructive power and defensive potential. Let's move on to Conqueror's Haki. Zoro has always been either consciously or subconsciously holding it back the entire story, believing in the mentality that too many captains sink the ship. From his clash with Luffy at Whiskey Peak, his weird moment of Conqueror's Haki in Sabodi, other captains praising him as a beast, his attack on Monet, his statement to Luffy at Fishman Island, he has the presence of a Supreme King Haki user. The attributes of a King's Haki user stated by Rayleigh is the disposition to stand above others, the power to overwhelm, and the power to lead. I believe that Zoro is the character that best suits the power to overwhelm in the entire series, even more than the Yonko, and even more than Luffy. As of chapter 1033, Zoro has unlocked Conqueror's coding, where he can code his blades with Conquerors. This gives Zoro the pathway to be the top of top tiers, with Kaido's statement that only a very special amount of people can use it. Also, we have to acknowledge that Zoro has Ashura, this unknown ability that so far only he can create a fighting illusion that hasn't been explained, and it will be likely a top tier form of Conqueror's Haki. That aside, let's look at Zoro's base stats quickly. Durability. Okay, this man takes pain every arc. I don't know how he survives. Endurance. A crazy amount. He lasts through all of his fights, either coming in injured to the fight or getting damaged throughout the fight. Physical strength. He can lift a house as a regular human pre-time skip. And lastly, what if Zoro had a devil fruit? I'll make this one a quick one because I don't think Zoro will ever get a devil fruit, but let's give Zoro Law's fruit. What would happen? Yeah, Zoro is one-shotting all the emperors put together, although he may not be smart enough to use this ability in the first place. Okay, if he can't use this ability, let's give him Enel's or Akaino's fruit. He can mix his swordsmanship with these low gears to create an indestructible attack that can destroy the entire... Okay, let's stop here before I go too far. In final, I think Zoro will even surpass the Yonko in terms of 1v1 strength by the end of the story, being on par with the likes of Roger and Whitebeard, perhaps even surpassing them depending on this end of story villain threat level. This for me puts Zoro in an all-time list at top 5. Note, this is subject to change. Yep, these images you see on the screen, he will be in and around those names in terms of strength. Make sure you like the video and subscribe for more random One Piece videos. Bye for now.